Oh, hello there. I see you made it to class a little late. That's okay. I haven't started attendance yet, so I won't mark you as late. Who's here? Who's here? Kohu. First your neck and then your heart. The student teacher of Mirai Magical School and the vampire idol, Mariya. Kohu. Alright. So today... Well, let me take attendance first. May I have a show of hands who's here today? Audio screwing up. This is your first stream. Oh, hello. Are you a teacher's assistant? Ah, yeah, teacher's assistant, not student teacher. Oh, hello, hello. Pravatar, Thiago, Peter, Sarah, Jessie. Ah, I'm not good at reading fast. Lover, Chance, Bernie, Shining, Finru, Anya Fairy, How, Kovinsky, 87, Jizu, Outcast Advocate, Pleb, Snowball, Yuda, Nice Hat, Zaku, Lori, Notorious, Keiso, Shinigami Nanae, Ja, Shian. You haven't watched my streams in so long? Good to be back. Welcome back. Hello Carson, hello Shiki, hello Bleach, hello Hashiya. Hello Jingwei, hello Zest, Kofu. Ooh, a lot of people attending classes today. Hello please, hello Diego, hello Scarlett. Teach, can I go to the restroom? If we are adults here, if you need to go to the restroom, you may go. But just know you're missing out on valuable education time. Hello, Goliath and Wizard and Kevin. 3 a.m. streams to nap too. Napping in class will result in suspension. Come see me after school. Wait, that's detention. Ohayo, ohayo. Could I make it up after class with you privately? Save it for the ASMR class. Save it for the ASMR course. Please don't get upset if I accidentally call you mom. It's okay. As a teacher, as a what is it? Teacher's assistant, I get that quite often. Hello, Del. Hello, Robin. There's an ASMR course? Yeah, I heard the teacher's aide in that course is awfully mean. And there might even be a bully in that class. Who knows? Come find out tomorrow. And the audio's messing around. Is it really? Is it really messing up? ちょっと待って. Do you hear? Sounds high. I'm getting one guide. Please refresh. Please walk out the door and come back in if you're having audio problems, okay? Just walk out and come back in. Okay. I'm getting one guide. Okay. Anyways. Today's topic. Quite serious. And no, I am not graduating, but the topic is graduation. Specifically, VTuber. Don't look at my writing. Specifically, VTuber graduation. She said the G word. We are going to say the G word today. And just know, we are saying the G word in a very technical sense, in a very professional sense. Impeccable penmanship. You'll have to deal with it. Scary. It's a scary topic, but it's a topic I think we should talk about. Coincidentally, I scheduled the stream 2 weeks ago before my vacation. And a lot has happened since then. It's all coincidental. Yeah. Do you have a whole presentation lined up for us, Sensei? I am not much of a PowerPoint person. I know that Lunalia, they love their PowerPoints. I am more of a open conversation educator. A lot of crying has happened since you left. I cried so much yesterday during the membership stream. It was quite a coincidence. Yeah. So, what are my what is the word? Qualifications for running this presentation? Well, I have been a VTuber fan literally since probably Kizuna I had like 10K subscribers, 20K subscribers, something like that. So really, really early on, I have been before like mass VTubing became a thing. I have been a fan of VTubers, and I fell off a little bit. Watched Kizuna for quite some time. Kaguya Luna, Akari, you know, the classics. Before the smug meme, I was watching Kizuna before the smug meme, like, and I was actually looking into it. I was like, how does someone do this? And then I was like, oh man, I would really like to do this myself. And then I found out Kizuna is not a sole person. Even though she was a solo, she was not independent. She had a whole team behind her and a whole studio and things like that. So it was a whole giant project, and I was like, oh man, I'll never become a VTuber. Well, I became indie in 2020. I was preparing for my debut before Hollow Myth debuted. I was preparing for my independent debut as a VTuber. And maybe 1 month after they debuted, I debuted as an independent. This is not like fourth wall breaky. I debuted as Mariya in 2020, and I am still Mariya. How I got to this school, you can check the lore out, but yeah. Kizuna wasn't the first, but a lot of attention to the scene. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about it. But down the rabbit hole you went. Yeah, I stopped watching VTubers because I was like, it's not like... I'm actually more of a fan of streams than I am of edited content. And at that time, there was... Did YouTube have streaming back then? I don't think they did. But back then, Let's Plays were all edited content. And I actually am more of a fan of watching a live stream than I am of watching a Let's Play, or like an edited Let's Play. So I got back into it once around 2019, I'd say. And then COVID hit, and then I went full rabbit hole. When was back then? Like the Kizuna Kaguya Luna era. No, that's why it was all videos. Yeah. So please tell me you're not retiring. I am not retiring. I am just simply a VTuber otaku talking about VTuber graduation. I am a little bit worse at it now, but honestly, on average, I probably watch... it's not going to be impressive compared to your guys' numbers, but I want to say, like, at least... It used to be at least, like, 3 to 5 hours of my day I'd be watching VTubers. Now, not so much. I'm busy with my own things, but I do still watch VTubers every single day, so I want to say I'm pretty fresh as my glasses up. I know my stuff, but I'm sure people know much more than I do. But I would say compared to the average VTuber, I probably watch more streams than the average VTuber. You like ASMR? It helps you sleep. Surprisingly, I don't watch VTuber ASMR. Maybe it's because a lot of the VTuber ASMR artists, they're my friends, so I'm like, can I even have these thoughts about you? Yeah, nerving binging all life from dusk to dawn. Honestly, that used to be me too. I legit, during COVID, I changed my sleep schedule because it was pre Hollow EN. And I changed my sleep schedule so I can watch, I can watch JP. I spend over 20 days daily watching VTubers. That's my goal. Mood, yeah. Because, everything was closed down anyway, so it didn't even matter when I woke up and when I went to bed. So we all did that. It's nice to see, some... It's weird to say OG, because, it was only 4 years ago. But 4 years is quite long. That's the duration of high school. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. We Isn't that crazy to think about? Everyone knows 4 years ago, you're getting old. We're all getting old. Mm-hmm. High school is 3 years. In Mirai Magical School, it is 4 years. What year everyone is? Don't ask me. 4 years for a VTuber is a really long time. It's really, really long. I am quite blessed to be here for 4 years. A lot of my friends have come and went. But I also made a lot of new friends, especially when joining V4Mirai. But I think it's kind of interesting hearing what a VTuber thinks about VTuber graduation, especially someone who's been around for so long in both indie and agency. 4 years more? You want me to graduate in 2028? No! Mariya's an old lady. No, I'm not. VTubers don't stay for long, sadly. Unfortunately not. 2080. We have to do the 1,000 year plan, so it's going to be 3020. That's gonna be my graduation date. 3020. Hello, hello! Are you indie now? Right now I am in an agency. I am with V4Mirai, which is under a bigger umbrella. Oh! Hold on, my arm's cramping. I don't know if you guys can hear. The shelf life of VTubers 4 to 5 years. There's a lot of people who are still going strong. There it is, my hand. My hand stopped cramping. You can see it now. But yeah. No, let's... Oops. Oh, wrong color, wrong color, wrong color. Sorry, flashbang. Alright. So, let's do first topic. Why? Let's just go straight into the meat and potatoes. Why do VTubers graduate? I heard some people raise their hands and say, you know, people graduate within around 4 or 5 years. I know a lot of the greats did not make it. Did not make it to 2024. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, but there's so many reasons. It's because they want their diplomas. Can you schedule something for 3020? I don't know if I can. But, why do VTubers graduate? You guys know the reasons. Burnout. Burnout is a huge one. Better opportunities. That's a T. If I spell things wrong, this is not a spelling class, this is a VTuber class. Yeah, different career choice. There's so many reasons. Financial, that one's a really big one, especially as an indie. I actually had planned for my 3rd year anniversary was going to be a graduation. How do you spell financial? Finance. There we go. Bigger life changes. Wedding emoji. Ah, I see. The reason is they became a Mariya fan. Let me spell check. Financial. Oh, thank you. I feel like that scene from How I Met Your Mother. Does Professor have 1 or 2 Fs? Yeah, financial money reasons. Someone said restrictions. That's a good one too. I can loosely talk about this one. You know, especially V4Mirai. Here, I can write this in the corner. So I'm under a bigger company called Brave Group, and then Brave Group has multiple branches. They have well, let's go with the first one. The first one is the original, is JP, but it's just called Brave Group. It's not Brave Group JP, it's just Brave Group. We have US, we have UK, and then now we also have Thailand, and I believe there is also a China branch. So even though I'm under Brave Group US, and Brave Group US, we are V4, and then we have Idol, and then Vispo EN. Let's see, I'll do it by order. Vispo. And then Idol. Yeah, so this is just Brave Group, right? So I'm here. We are here. But we're under Brave Group US, and then Brave Group US is under the Brave Group branch. Actually, I should just erase JP here because Brave Group is Brave Group JP. Is JP. Yeah, you didn't know about the Thailand and China branches? Yeah! Thailand just released two gens, one all-male gen and one all-female gen recently. My new cousins. I have talked to them I've talked to them a little bit. They're quite nice. So, restrictions often come from it comes from the company. Indies don't have restrictions as far as I know, as a former indie. But I'm not gonna go into what like restrictions are, but you know, you've heard of it, like, oh, I don't have perms for that game. When I play Nintendo streams, you can see that I post like there's like a little like Japanese text that I post when I play Nintendo games. It's just to prove that I do have perms for that. Yeah. And restrictions are the platforms they're on. Oh, true. Actually, I did hear about indie VTubers that are now rebranding from being a VTuber to, I guess, the lack of better terms is flesh tuber. Because, especially on, I'm sure you've seen it on Twitch. Let's see. Yeah, on Twitch, they have the new rules about the hips. Like, technically I'm fine, but I do have a little bit of a under boob cleavage here. You can see it. So even that, I'm like, does that count? Am I safe? I don't know. So yeah, I have heard of VTubers switching from using a digital model to using their physical self because of that. But yeah. And like, I guess something a little different for me personally is because I am a former indie, and in 2023 November, I debuted under Brave Group. Up until I debuted, I did not have any restrictions because I was still indie. And then I debuted, and then now I'm under Brave Group. I think I've had some people ask me, why did Mari choose to go to Mirai Magical School versus continuing? And the biggest reason is I didn't I really like my kohais. The old ones, the new ones, everyone. I love my kohais so much, and as a huge VTuber fan that has gone through a lot of heartbreaking graduations, I couldn't fathom the thought of making someone feel the way that I have felt during a graduation stream. Even now I cannot fathom giving you guys that pain. So that is why I as Mariya came to the magical school. It's really heartbreaking. Graduations are tough. Like, even being able to talk about this freely is really tough, because then you think about think about everything. Like, actually, did you know in Kizuna Ai's graduation video, I'm in the credits. You can't see me in the video, but I am in the credits there. There was like a submit yourself to dance with her. So I am there, but yeah, really. So you kind of like, it's crazy to see the people that you've been supporting for so long graduate. Kizuna Ai did have a formal graduation, though I think she tweeted recently, or the Kizuna Ai account has tweeted recently. So who knows? I know that they did like an anime project recently too, but the topic is graduation right now. Okay, better opportunities, different career, and better opportunities and different career can be related and cannot be related. Some people, they just do VTubing just to kill time, for lack of better words, or like as a hobby. Some people do it and this is their ride or die, like their end goal. I am one of those people. You cannot take me away from this space. Yeah. But yeah, different career opportunities, they're better opportunities. Social anxiety. Oh, I've heard of that one too. Actually, the reason I became a VTuber was to combat my social anxiety, so... I wish you well. Good night. Yeah, a lot of people... Some people leave just like, they love VTubing or thing, and some people leave because of hate. Hate, antis. And this one breaks my heart. It's really sad when there's someone who really, really wants to be here in this space, and because of antis or haters, they end up leaving. It does take... I think for a lot of like the larger VTubers, like luckily, I am a small fry still. Some people might be like, oh, but you're in an agency. I think I'm still a little bit of a shrimp here. But a lot of those people that have thousands and thousands of eyes on them, it's really stressful. And you know, you have to consider, like, sometimes it's not even hate and anti, sometimes it's safety. Some people end up being way bigger than they wanted to be, and maybe how do I say this? And maybe it becomes an endangerment to themselves that they are out there. Yeah, stalkers and doxers. It's yeah. So some people have to make that big decision of like, do I, deal with this? And it's not just themselves they have to think about. They have to think about their family. They have to think about, the people in their workplace and stuff like that. And some people make that decision just to protect the people around them, which is really unfortunate, but yeah. It's a horrible situation. Right? So, yeah, there's a ton of reasons. Trying to think of other some is like internally, you know, internally, like the company shuts down. There have been like luckily my friends at Kawaii are able to keep their IP, which is they're able to keep who they are and what they look like and things like that. But I have seen situations where agencies do close down. They close down, and we don't know if it's due to money or due to management or due to, you know, this or that. But the talents are not able to continue as themselves. So internal reasons. Yeah, I'm really grateful that all my friends are able to. All my friends at Kawaii are able to continue as themselves. So VTubing is very tough. It's at the end of the day, it is an industry. You know, when I joined, I'm just like, oh, what is this silly stuff? But VTubing has always been an industry. As even though we, even though it sounds so cold to say, like, but you know, the talents themselves. I think everyone has such like, everyone has. How do I say this? Such genuine reasons to be here. Such pure and genuine reasons to be here. But it is complicated. Yeah, it is a business. Yeah, and it's not exactly cheap. I can't say how much. Actually, this number is public, but for V4Mirai, I believe they made this number public when Gen 3 debuted, but a debut can cost $1,000 or $10,000. When I started in I'm gonna go back to the money. Going back to help. Going back to the money reasons. Let's see. Debut. Oh my god, I cannot spell. Sorry, ignore that little alarm. Yeah, so I believe ours was like $10,000 is what they advertised. Yeah. I know indies. I know indies that put in more than that. When I debuted in 2020, and like given this is before it became such a huge thing. We all knew each other in 2020. I spent less than $1,000. Less. No. I personally, for my debut, spent less than $1,000. That's a big amount. Yeah, even just then, that was a big amount. Luckily, I was working, so and I was like, yeah, it's okay. But just then, that was a lot of money for a debut, and this is not including. I was on a laptop back then. I was on a laptop. I only had half of a body. I didn't have a debut lore video. It was just a PowerPoint. You know, I don't even want to think about, like, some people, they buy a fresh new computer at debut. Yeah. It was still really high quality. Really? I made that myself. Over 10k to 50k? Starting a business costs about 10 to 50k. Yeah, I know that a lot of the up-and-coming agencies, they're bootstrapped by... they don't have investors. They're bootstrapped by an individual, which is incredible because that's a lot of upfront costs. But... So... I don't know what the highest number I've heard of. I know that now indies have spent around 20K for a debut. I don't know what the current ones are right now for V4Mirai, but this is around Gen 3 era, so yeah, I know some indies. It's crazy, right? This is a brand new car. And some people, they do it purely out of hobby, and some people and they are willing to spend that much, and you know, that's on them. You know, some people collect cards. I know people who spent this much money on like Magic the Gathering. I know there's people who spent this much on cosplay. So there is no like judge for how you spend your money, as long as you're taking care of yourself. But yeah, debuts are incredibly expensive, but they're kind of like a high visibility time, so people use that to their advantage to make it as memorable as possible, to bring in new fans and hopefully recuperate that. You probably spend that much on gacha. Yeah, exactly. So are those indies who spend 20K usually established, or are they totally new? I know indies that have spent this much on their first debut, or as how do I say this? Like, there are people who spend this much, but they're not new to content creation. Yeah, they are not new to content creation, but they are new to the VTubing sphere. And this number, honestly, it probably goes even higher. Looking at some of the things that people have, like I've seen like animated trailers, like frame by frame. I've seen, I guess we can do debut plus re-debut. I can spell re-debut. Yeah. So some people, they're not able to recuperate this. I say some people and even some agencies, they're not able to recuperate the money they spent on debut and stuff like that, so they end up shutting down or having to go back to like a mainstream working environment. Yeah, it is extremely hard with the risk of not making it. Yeah, back when I was on Twitch, it's really bad to go on this site, but there's something called Twitch Tracker, and it tells you what percentage of Twitch you are. I want to say back when I was like CCV, like 70, like newly partnered, because I had to check my average all the time, 70 to 100. CCV, which is concurrent viewers. I think I was like 0.02% or something of streamers. I want to say I was around here. I think it might have been even 0.01. Just streaming, yeah, like it's... Now you double that, that's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people, and this is like this is back in 2021. This is back in 2021. So, and I was not making enough to make a living at this time. I could not afford to do anything. I luckily was working at the blood bank, and then I left the blood bank because I was like, you know, I want to try my best. I was also telling myself, I'm gonna finish school. I'm gonna take a break, finish school, and just do VTubing on the side. And I ended up focusing more on VTubing, and school was like a little corner of it. As a reference, 20 viewers, but you're the top 1%. Wow. There are a lot of 1 to 5 viewers. Andy's trying to make it. 1 to 5 viewers trying to make it. It's tough. It's really tough. And Twitch does not... and I'm speaking from Twitch just because that's where I got my footing on. Twitch makes it really hard for people to grow. Unless you're already established. Unless you already have like a friend group that's able to raid you and things like that. Because most people view Twitch with viewership, CCV high to low. And kind of like derailing a little bit, but it all goes back to graduation, right? It goes back from CCV high to low. Those with really high CCV end up snowballing because they're already at the top of the list. And just like cost response, right? It's easier to click what you see first when you want to watch a stream versus scrolling down and all right, let's see. I personally have went low to high multiple times just because I wanted to see what's out there. And there are some really amazing streamers that have no audience. There are some incredible streamers that, because of the luck of the draw, maybe they debuted at an inopportune time, or maybe they just haven't gotten the audience. Maybe they're so socially shy where they don't even have a Twitter. I've seen that a lot too. There are streamers who don't have a Twitter because they don't like social media, and because of that, it's hard for them to get a footing. It's hard. So, experiencing those hardships, you kind of are like, well, what's the point? So, what's the point? They end up trying to audition for companies to see if they can make something more out of it. But even auditioning for an agency, it's extremely competitive. So they end up graduating because they can't keep themselves afloat. I had gone through all of my savings trying to make it. And do I regret it? No. Was it a good decision? No. Absolutely not. Do I regret it? I don't regret it, but I would never ever recommend anyone to do this. I legit was like, yeah. YOLO. That's exactly what I was thinking, because I was like, if this doesn't work, I'll just go back. I'll just go back, and it'll just be a 4-year, 3-year long dream. It'll just be a 3-year long dream that I'll always remember. So yeah, a lot of people they try their best. A lot of indie graduations happen, honestly, because of time and money. I want to say. Sometimes one more than the other, sometimes the other more than another one. Heck, I know some VTubers that, like, they were successful and they were seeing growth, but they just weren't interested anymore. They were over it. I saw some VTubers and their CCV was better than mine, and they were just like, you know what? I don't like playing video games. And like, I mean, VTuber, you don't have to play video games, but I have seen that where people they're just over it. They grow out of it. And that's so sad to think about. But they found like a new passion. They bought a house and peace out. Oh my gosh. Is George sent for them? Yeah, people change. I think that's like a big one. People change. And like, it does look really... I'm not saying VTubing isn't fun. VTubing is extremely fun and I love it so much. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but... It's a different climate when you are internal, looking at your peers around you versus being a fan and looking at your favorite VTubers. I'll be honest, some people, they... trying to think about the best way to frame it. At the end of the day, VTubing, for a lot of people, is a job, is a business. Some people come into this strictly just to make friends, and that's... I think that's great. I honestly love it because I made a lot of friends and some people that I want to keep close to me for like the rest of my life here. Like, honestly, like, Pedalite retirement home is gonna be a real thing. But some people, they make their friends, and once they have their friend group, they stop VTubing because they're like, well, I made it to my end goal. And that's another one. They make it to their end goal. Their goal for VTubing was not to make money, was not to have fans, it was to make friends. And then they you know, they keep their friend group, and then they just do whatever they want to do. I was not talking to this with VTuber friends, but I was talking to it about some content creator friends in general. Like, at what point do you find yourself successful? And everyone gave a different answer. One person was like, you know, when I... let me think. Like, when I get an Emmy. They're like, I will not stop content creating until I get an Emmy, essentially. Some people, they're like, once I get my play button, I'm done. Once I, you know, release X amount of things, and I'm able to just coast off of royalties, I'm done. So everyone has different end goals. If you were to ask me what my end goal is, I do not know. I do not have an end goal. I have multiple short-term goals, but I have multiple short-term goals. But as terms of end goal, I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you when I'll be satisfied. Death. World domination. Oh, true, world domination. But even if I think even then I would want universe domination. Will I be satisfied with that? I wonder. Yeah. Creating creatives are never satisfied with any measure of success. You know, that's 100% true. Because when I was indie, my end goal was partner. I did not even fathom hitting partner on Twitch. Partner on Twitch. Like, in 2020, this was... I mean, it's still a huge badge of honor. It's a huge badge of honor to hit partner. I know people say like, oh, raids count now, so it's no longer a badge of honor. No. It's still like, it's still a badge of honor. You get invited to like exclusive things in TwitchCon and things like that. But I thought this was my end goal. I hit this in 2021. Like, this was like, if this is my end goal, then I would have stopped. I would have been satisfied with that. But some people, they hit their end goal and they're like, okay, I wanted to prove that I can do it, and then they're like, okay, I did it. Bye. Oh, that sounds so cold, but yeah. But graduations. Back to the topic. It's really nice being able to talk to you guys about this. It's such a serious topic, but being able to talk about it very matter of fact. It's quite nice. Yeah. Imposter syndrome. Yeah, I think that goes into the same realm as burnout. Fame is a very open answer. More personal than motive, indeed. Yeah, and then how do you even measure fame? Like, some people have been like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so honored to, like Akiba Live, they're like, I'm so honored that you want to perform here. And I was like, I'm honored that you want to have me. VTubing has become more, it's not mainstream, and it's very far from mainstream. But it's kind of like how anime was very, very niche before. But now, like, Jujutsu Kaisen did a collab with McDonald's. Like, how... not Yu Hakusho. Yu-Gi-Oh! Did a collab with McDonald's. Like, anime is no longer like a... Anime, what is that? Kind of thing. But within the sphere of the world... we have our little anime bubble, right? And then in that little anime bubble, we have this little bubble here. And this little teeny bubble is VTubers. Even when Iron Mouse became the #1 Twitch streamer or #1 sub streamer on Twitch, there were countless people that were like, "What is this AI? What is this? She's not even a real girl." An anime became a #1 Twitch streamer. How can an anime become a streamer? So, like, it's weird because, like, you know, if you look at the top earners on YouTube, they're all VTubers. If you look at the top earner on Twitch, she's a VTuber. The person who won Streamer of the Year 2023? Iron Mouse, I believe. And even now, it's hard for VTubers and, for lack of better terms, and I don't know what else to call them, flesh tubers, IRL streamers. There's not a lot of overlap. There's a little bit, right? We have Iron Mouse and Seadog VA. There's people who do a little bit of both, like Onigiri. There's Kayson, who streams both as an avatar, and she also does her physical self. Like, the meatbags. Yeah. For me, I call them flesh tubers. I'm sorry. I am a VTuber otaku from head to toe, from inside out, so... Yeah, 2.5G, yeah. One of my dear sweet friends, Phoebe, she does both, like, similar to Kayson. So... So there's not a lot of overlap. There is overlap between VTubers and the general sphere, but there's not a lot of overlap. And I think because there's not a lot of overlap, like, it's hard to make it. I'll be honest. Like, it's hard to make it to get to those larger CCVs and things like that, because you end up isolating a lot of people. You end up isolating a lot of viewers because there's like tons of people who watch streams, right? Tons and tons of people who watch streams, but only a fraction of them want to watch VTubers, want to watch an anime girl. It's like, similarly, there's a ton of people who watch anime, and only a fraction of them want to watch VTubers. And within that little overlap, that tiny overlap, you get VTuber consumers. And because of that, it is harder to get things like sponsorships, because sponsors won't take you seriously. Even anime cons, they don't take a lot of people seriously. I have talked to friends who have experienced, like, no matter how big they are or how much of a pull they can bring in, anime cons have declined them because it's just like, this is an anime, this is streaming, this is VTubing, this is an anime convention. Go to Offkai, essentially. I mean, they didn't say it that point in blank, but there are established creators who cannot go to anime cons and like be able to get the I guess other realms of income, realm of income? I can't think of the word for it because of that, right? Versus like some people that are in like the voice acting career or things like that, they're able to get paid to go to cons, and that's part of their paid to do signed events, to do autograph signings, and that's part of their regular income. But as a VTuber, our income comes from, you know, you guys, like memberships, super chats, Streamlabs, things like that. And if you're not able to, if a VTuber is not able to make a living from that, or even if a company isn't able to make a living from that, like financially, it's a business, so they have to close shop. I don't know many VTubers that are in the green. As someone who has been streaming for 4 years, and I do not know many people who have been in the green for VTubing. So, well, the venue for Halloween is able to book for YouTube. Yeah, seriously. Like now, it's getting more popular. But are you okay? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? VTubers giving respect, English dub VAs. VTubers get Japanese VA respect. Oh, do they? I know that there's some JP VTubers that got noticed by some seiyus, which is really awesome. Oh, are people asking if I'm okay because of the car accident? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I made that a YouTube post. I'm okay. I'm okay. The result is I have no spinal damage, so. Graduation. I always have to remind myself what the topic is. I keep getting derailed, but it's nice being able to talk about this stuff. Thank goodness. G word, graduation, not me. I have no intentions. I have no intentions to graduate. Let's go back to some of the other reasons. Whoa. Where are the... Oh yeah. Burnout, we talked about that. Social anxiety. I talked about that a little bit. It is... I'll be honest. I do not look at my numbers. I never ever... I keep that hidden. I thought I'd be... I don't like it when you guys tell me what my CCP is. I don't like it. I don't like looking at my numbers. Sometimes I look at my subscriber count because I like to look at the milestones and I like celebrating. But I... Actually, Mono talked about this 2 days ago on her stream. So it's a little bit thing where looking at your numbers will give you... Will put you in a bad headspace. It'll put you in a bad headspace. And some people, they obsess over that number. Some people obsess over that number, they get into that really bad headspace. And they can be extremely successful. And even people who are extremely successful, people who have my goal numbers, and it's weird to say my goal numbers, but just like where I wish I was, people who are where I wish I was, they don't think they're doing enough, which is crazy. But also, I am in the same position where my friends are telling me, you know, I wish I was where you were. And I'm like, you're not that far off. But when people obsess over their numbers, it does give you a really bad... This is brain. Really bad brain fog. And some people, they never get over that brain fog. And they never get past that obsession. And the best way for them to get past that obsession is cold turkey. They stop being a VTuber. Which is... like... It's sad. And that's the reason. It's an addiction. Yeah, for some people, it really is an addiction. Like, I've heard of some people, they have multiple plugins on their... or extensions. And it tells them every single stat on every single video. And it's just like... And from a business perspective, I would think, yeah, that's really awesome that you can, like, data analyze all of these videos in one swift look. I would go crazy. I could not. Yeah, it's maddening. It really is. And some people, like, they obsess over it. But some people, they do look at it very, like, they obsess over it, but it doesn't stop them from content creation. and they just look at it objectively. Okay, this thumbnail with this amount of words ends up doing better than this thumbnail with this amount of words. When they use, it looks like when they use this expression, it gets better viewer retention using this expression. Data scientists, VTubers living the dream, right? I am part of the group of people that if I were to obsess over these numbers, I think I would go crazy. I think if I let myself look at these numbers, and if I allow myself to do things like ego search, I think I would absolutely would not be able to stay in this space. But not entertainment at all, but I have heard the phrase, once hitting a metric becomes a goal, it must be a good metric for success. Yeah, honestly, I think it's a good thing to look at your numbers occasionally. If you look at it daily, or I know some people, they look at it, I know some people, they keep their CCV on like a number on their stream. I could not. I really could not. Please don't leave us. I'm not leaving you. We're just talking about graduation. Yeah, they obsess, it makes them take really bad decisions. Absolutely, that is one. Where if I've seen it where people choose numbers versus choosing their passion. And as someone who watches some VTubers almost obsessively, it breaks my heart. It really hurts when, like, I can see someone's soul getting sucked from their eyes because they're VTubing without passion. And I'm sure you have experienced this too, where, you know, you watch someone with such brilliant ideas and such a brilliant sparkle in their eye. And it's weird to say sparkle in your eye because, you know, the eyes you see every day are the eyes that you see every day. But I've seen VTubers that force themselves to do things that they don't want to do, and I've seen them lose that sparkle in their eye, and, you know, they stream the things that give them numbers, but then they hate it, so they stream less and less. And then 1 week becomes 2 weeks. And then you only see them every so often, and it breaks my heart. I don't want to watch someone who forces themselves to be here with me. I want to watch someone and watch them grow and watch them be happy. But the passion is the sparkle, exactly. Which goes down to, like, graduation due to losing that passion. And it's not that they're not passionate about things. It could be a lot of things, right? Like, it could be finding a new passion. It could be they experience some things in VTubing that deters them from being passionate about it. Some people pretending to like something for entertaining an audience and isn't good for the entertainer. Yeah, exactly. Like, I know some people, they get upset when people change gears, but it's sometimes changing gears is the difference between keeping your VTuber, your Oshi, or having to lose your VTuber Oshi. And my personal opinion is that if I had to choose between them, like, no longer streaming versus them streaming what they want, and that's something I don't I'm not interested in, I'd much rather they stream something they don't like, I'm not interested in, and then they still exist. It... And also, I guess the personal opinion is, when a VTuber graduates, like, that is the end of that VTuber. Their soul might... we might see someone similar with a very similar soul, but at the end of the day, like, that person is gone. Oh my god, I don't want to cry. Graduated. You feel the same way? Yeah, it's never one-to-one. A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah. I remember seeing a tweet where it was, what happens when a VTuber graduates? I think it was Ludwig. Ludwig, the IRL streamer, he asked, what happens when... What happens when a VTuber graduates? Yeah. And some people, they say, I saw someone say, the VTuber never disappears. It's the fans that disappear. Or, you know, they, like, when a VTuber graduates, I am personally under the opinion of that the VTubers graduated. It doesn't matter if I hear someone with the same voice or a similar, I think that's a different VTuber. That's a whole different person. Yeah. So, some people can have different opinions. I don't think there's a right or wrong. Some people say, like, you know, the VTuber is always there. They just have a different form. I don't really want to have this conversation, but some people say when a VTuber becomes even more 3D than myself with flesh, are they still a VTuber? That's up to... I think it's up to them and whatever they choose to label themselves as. But... Especially going into... when you're in an agency, for example. When you're in an agency, like, for Petalite, we all have the story of, or the same history. We all have the same history where we were living our lives and we had a blue portal come take us to the Mirai Magical School. And we all attend here. We're all students here at Mirai Magical School. So, and that's us. This is us. This is the reality we live in. Like, there are people who used to attend Mirai Magical School and they don't anymore. They were still here. They were still here and they were still, you know, my classmates. But yeah. But they no longer attend the school. So they're no longer here. Can I make a heart? That doesn't make it any less special, our time together. But, yeah, they literally graduate. They graduate from the school. And they're no longer here. And I think this is also something that I wanted to talk about today. Is I see people, they're like, why aren't you hurting more? Essentially, like why aren't you as upset as I am? And I felt this way too, because I have experienced graduations, and I'm like, I'm literally crying my eyes out to a point where my voice gets sore. Like, you spent so much time together. Why are you not bawling tears like I am? And this is back when I was younger, right? Little early on. And it's because, you know, especially in the agency, we have time to think about it and process these feelings. And I feel really bad for you know, people, I guess like myself, like people who have oshis that graduate, because like we don't have time to process it. I don't have time to process. I just get it when the notification happens. When I saw graduation in January, I was with Mono. I was literally in a hotel with Mono, and I was sobbing until I fell asleep. Until I went back to bed. Like, man, this is things that people have known for, I don't know, I don't want to say a certain amount of time, because we don't know this. We don't know how long people had to prep their hearts, but sometimes people prep their hearts for months before the public finds out. But it doesn't mean that they didn't cry about it or they weren't hurting too. So yeah. But yeah, sometimes I guess that's all. That's kind of what I wanted to say about that. Is like, it's not that we weren't hurting in behind the scenes, or it's not that no one was hurting behind the scenes. It's just that we had a little bit more time and private time to process our feelings. Yeah, sometimes people can see it coming. Yeah, that one's the hard part, right? Sometimes I think, like, you know, I wish I knew more, but I also know that, like, I trust my oshis, and I trust in them. I don't want to pry and be like, hey, where were you? You thinking, like, I've even had times where I took long hiatuses because oh, this sounds really bad. But I took long hiatuses because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like my numbers were lacking, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna stream at all then. If you know, if I can't make a living from this. This is such a negative POV I've had, but this is something that goes through a lot of VTubers' heads. And luckily I was able to get out of that hole. But some people can't, right? They're like, if I can't make it big, then I'm not gonna stream at all. And then they graduate. And then it's heartbreaking. But, yeah, sometimes they go through different career paths. Sometimes they go through a different career path and then they come back. Some people, they ungraduate. I know some people get upset about that. You graduated and then you came back. I am grateful when that happens. You graduated and you came back! But I don't know. Some people deal with it differently because, you know, like, it's so heartbreaking. Like, what I thought my heart became, I thought I prepped my heart. I put like a giant steel box around my heart. So, and that part of my heart is forever locked in the steel box. Only for you. Only for you. And then you come back and I'm like, yippee! Opens up the box. You're free, heart. Business as usual. But some people, they're like, I reinforced my heart, and now you're going to take it back? Look at the scarring that you left because I had to place these walls around my heart. So I understand. I understand where they're coming from when they get upset. But, yeah. Yeah, it's like a breakup. It's like a relationship. Yeah, I feel like if, like, I've seen those relationships. I had friends who were like, you know, we're gonna take a break, and then they end up going back together, and they end up staying together. And I'm like, yippee! But I've also seen those relationships where just like, we're dating, we're not dating, we're dating, we're not dating. If I were to experience like a VTuber that were to do that, I think I'd be like, can you just choose one? I'm tired of crying. But I don't think I've ever gotten angry about any of these things. Relationship is complicated. Debut status is complicated. Just call it a hiatus. Yeah. But that's also heartbreaking because hiatus is such like a... I've seen people go on hiatus for 2 weeks, and I've seen people go on hiatus for... I've seen people still on hiatus. There are a lot of J-Rock bands and Visual K bands that have been on hiatus for 10 years. And then I'm like, oh boy, it's their 20-year anniversary. They're gonna come back, right? It hurts! And to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, this J-Rock band, like it's your something at their 25th anniversary. You're gonna come back, right? Like, no, you haven't been active in 15 years. Just stop. Stop being on hiatus. Stop paying for your domain. Just say that you're giving me false hope. But then part of me is just like, you know, this band is still here, right? Their webpage still works. Their Twitter is still active, given that they only, you know, tweet every year. Like, thank you, it's our anniversary. Or, you know, they only tweet during like special events and stuff like that. Re-releases of old albums. We need closure. Yeah, at some point. I don't know when a good point is for VTubers to give you that closure. I honestly don't know what would be a term for hiatus. Because sometimes I'm like, you know, 2 weeks is not a hiatus. 2 weeks is a break. Like, what makes a break? What makes a hiatus? At what makes a point where you're just like, you know, just graduate. Like, I know I'll never see you again. Indefinite hiatus is such a scary word. Because indefinite hiatus can mean anything. It's scary. It's scary. As a VTuber fan, it's so scary. I saw someone mention like, what is it? When manga goes on hiatus. Hunter x Hunter just got a new chapter recently, actually. So interesting. Oh, Togashi. But yeah. But like, it's good that he didn't just end it, right? Like, Hunter x Hunter could have just ended. He could have given us a lukewarm, like, I think he did tweet out like, hey, if I can't finish Hunter x Hunter, this is the ending of Hunter x Hunter. It wasn't a tweet. It was a interview, and I think someone translated to a tweet. Someone took Togashi's word, and he was like, I wrote 4 endings for Hunter x Hunter. I'm not going to tell you the endings that I'm going to write, but if I cannot finish Hunter x Hunter, this is the ending that I want you to agree upon. This is the ending that I want you to think is canon, or is canon. His wife helped him a lot. Yeah, his wife is the writer of Sailor Moon. I heard that he's a very do-it-myself kind of guy. And he does a lot of everything himself. Are you graduating? I'm not. I'm just doing just chatting about graduation. Not my graduation. Just a general talking about VTuber graduation. The ending of the manga or the anime, I guess it's the same, no? But yeah, I guess going back to it, like, there are VTubers that are on indefinite hiatus, and it's nice because then it's just like an open-ended, like, you know, It's like when you watch a 12-episode anime, and it's like, yeah, it could end at 12 episode 12, or it could go to season 2 and they continue the manga. I don't know. I personally like indefinite hiatus. But it is a different flavor than graduation. But sometimes it is. Sometimes you will never see that person again. Like, but I also have... It's kind of sad. I look at Twitter and I'm like, oh, I remember this VTuber. No mention of hiatus. No mention of graduation. Not even a goodbye stream. They just stopped tweeting. Stopped streaming. It's sad. I like it when I just get like... any amount of closure is good closure. When the series ends with Finn, yeah. I could get a second season 8 years later. Exactly. Or it could have, like, it's better that that happens, right? Versus, like, they rewrite the anime to have a closure, and they can't continue it. Furuba is an example of it, Fruits Basket. Where they rewrote Fruits Basket, made it into a 12-episode anime. It was not even canon to the manga. So when they remade it, they had to start from fresh. They had to redo it all, because they changed the plot. Oh my gosh, I didn't even put that as a reason, but health reasons is a huge reason why VTubers go graduate. Or go on hiatus. Right? Indefinite versus graduation, and then returning, what do you think is better? I don't have a preference. I think when it's graduation and then they come back, it is heartbreaking when it happens like immediately, and I'm like sobbing and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'll never see you again, and I brace my heart to never see you again, and then like a couple weeks later they're like, okay. But also that happens. It happens. I've had coworkers where they're like, hey, like, I'm leaving this job. I'm gonna get a new job. Their new job, like, they end up like, oh, actually my new job wanted me to relocate. So I don't want that. So I'm just gonna come back here. And like my manager's like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, yeah, of course. You were a great coworker. I will 100% welcome you back. So situationally, that does happen. Situationally, that does happen. But I have seen people, they play like the G word card. You know, they're like, I'm graduating. Just kidding. I'm graduating. Just kidding. And that hurts. As a VTuber fan, that hurts. So, yeah, I guess it depends. But personally, I'm okay with either indefinite hiatus or graduation. I think they're both fine if you come back. Health reasons. Health reasons. Some people, the voice that they use. I mean, you guys have this too, right? When you answer a phone and you have your customer service voice. You know, I have it too, like, oh, my doctor's calling me. Hello. Hello. Just kidding. But I do try to sound more... I guess when I talk on the phone, I want to sound more professional, so I end up using a voice that I'm not accustomed to. Right? I'm glad your accent was anything serious, right? I'm glad too. Genuine? Yeah, I think my genuine voice is basically this. This is how I talk. This is me. I don't have a customer service voice when I talk to you. There are some people that do have a customer service voice when they stream, and because of that, and you stream. Some people, they stream really long hours. Like, some people, they stream from day to night, from night to day, and they end up getting a lot of vocal damage because of that. I'm sure you've experienced VTubers where their debut voice is different than their current streaming voice. Yeah, everyone has different voices depending on what they're doing, so I don't blame them for doing that, right? Yeah, the more natural the voice, the longer the streams could be. Yeah, and some people they force themselves to, and it's really damaging. And I have seen people change their voice for stream, and their debut voice is much different than their speaking voice, so they can have that longevity. And some people, they need to take really long hiatuses to recover from that. Drill Sergeant Boy need vocal rest badly. Yeah, like they get what is it called? Vocal nodes and things like that if you keep using your voice improperly. Or you can tear, right? It's a bunch of like lines in your throat, you can tear them. And then you can never like some people they get some permanent damage doing that. Yeah, it is scary. And it's like something that you have to like think about. I know that when I talk to people, they ask me, "Is this your real voice?" And it's genuinely out of like concern of like, "Oh, are you okay streaming that long using that voice?" Even before Yumi has problems. Vocal nodes are very bad. Need surgery and rehabilitation. Yeah, so health is another reason why people graduate, go on extended leaves, graduations. Wow, where's my thing? I would say that goes under physical, right? Actually, going into physical health, I know that there are VTubers that stopped VTubing because it made them physically they weren't able to separate having time for their physical selves and VTubing, and because of that their physical health severely deteriorated to a point where their doctor told them, "You have to stop doing this." I have seen that happen. I have seen that happen where their physical health, yeah, sitting all day, exactly. Like people sit all day if their posture isn't good. And they have to graduate or stop streaming because of this. It's hard. Doing a lot of time management is hard. I am someone who is extremely bad at time management. I'm the type that has like, I'll work for literally 24 hours straight. I will not sleep, and then I'll do nothing for 36 hours to make up for it. Versus like doing like, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. Stretch your dream, honestly. Yeah. So there's people who don't give themselves breaks, and I feel really bad when this happens, and they end up getting physical health, and we're to a point where a doctor will tell you, you need to take a break from streaming. You need to stop streaming. Take care of yourself. I am taking care of myself. Nothing different from doctor. They plan a refit adventure stream, right? And then we have mental health. It's important to know your limits, right? It's important to know your limits, but I'll be honest, in the content creation sphere, not just VTubing, it is so scary. It is such a volatile place because we're controlled by the algorithm, as scary as that sounds. Back when I was on Twitch, I had to take a hiatus for a surgery, and I really wanted to immediately stream because I heard that 2 weeks is all it takes for Twitch to not put you in the algorithm. And I was on the rise, or I was like pretty solid. I had a good CCV back then. And I was like, if I stop streaming for my surgery, I'm going to lose my momentum. Can you hear how crazy that sounds? Can you hear, like, I had to have a surgery for like to improve my quality of life, to like make sure that I was able to live long. Yeah, and my brain then was like, I can't do that. I can't take the surgery, and you know, I guess it's a little bit of both mental and physical. So, I'm getting all like emotional and stuff like that, but yeah, because we kind of live, our existence depends on being in the algorithm. And some content creators have talked about this, where they have to constantly put out stuff so that the algorithm, well, especially if they're being favored by the algorithm, they have to just keep going and keep going and keep going. And it does ache on your mental health, right? And then you get burnt out. You're like, I cannot do this anymore. And then you end up being like, can I even do this ever again for the rest of my life? And some people end up graduating because of that. And then they end up graduating. They end up not wanting to continue due to their own personal reasons. And then sometimes you might hear someone with a similar voice, with a similar soul, and they take it easier because they feel like the reset is easier. And I really admired that too. The balance of fame and health is hard to manage. It's hard, especially I especially feel bad for a lot of independent VTubers that don't have managers. I know this is kind of like the talk of the TL, like, do you have a manager? Do you not have a manager? As an indie, things like that. And I never had a manager when I was indie. But it was hard. Like, I never had a manager, but I was doing it full time. Like, I woke up, I answered emails, I would look for sponsorship deals, I would like stream and do my own graphic design and do this and do that. And even with all these hours in the day, I wasn't able to do everything I wanted to do. So, and yeah, doing everything yourself is really hard. Exactly. There's the whole manager accusations, which are hurtful. Yeah, seriously. I actually do know a lot of indies that have actual managers that literally just want to help and improve their content. So, it's, I hope everyone takes it a little bit more seriously because, like, managers are really helpful. But I've heard about Mirai magic schools that your senseis care a lot about you, help you a lot. Yeah, I'm so grateful. The teachers take care of us. They listen to us. They are very kind to us. And I guess it's kind of like an advertisement. It's not a secret. They kind of work around the clock. There's always someone to talk to. There's always someone to talk to and take care of us at the school. So, how much time are you investing on your daily? Honestly, it depends. Some days, lately, I haven't been spending too much time. I'm recovering, so I've been chilling. But some days, I'll literally work from when I wake up to when I go to sleep. So, I can't really tell you an exact number. Really should be considered normal to get help. Yeah. So, let me take a little hydration. You can see me drinking. I'm miming. I'm miming drinking a pumpkin spice latte. Want some? A pumpkin spice latte from Feet's Coffee. Feet! This late? Is it late? This is my morning. Pete's Coffee. Yeah, from Pete's Coffee. Okay. Alright, we got... Trying to think of other things I wanted to hit today. Are there any... oh yeah, before I go to the next chapter, are there any questions? Oh, graduation? Myself included at one point. Oh yeah. No worries. I was also confused because I do not come from a idol fan background. I do know about idols, but I was like, yeah, I'll listen to AKB. I'll listen to, like, I only like Love Live. I'll be honest. But yeah, graduation comes from idols, like Morning Musume and things like that. You're an idol fan, are you? Yeah, so the word graduation comes from there. Because it's a cease of activities, but it's different. It's completely different in that when an idol ceases activities, you can see them again. Like, I'm a fan of Love Live. I'll just use Love Live because that's the only idol group, or Muse was like the only idol group I really cared about. There was like some K-pop idols and stuff, but I feel like K-pop is a whole different kind of idols. Like I liked Luna. Actually, I think that was the only group. G-Friend. Those two groups are the only ones I really cared about. Anyways, K-pop idols versus J-pop idols, it's different because in J-pop they have like for AKB, people will graduate and then new members come in. Like it's just like people graduate and then new members come in. And that's how it works. But even though a member graduates, that doesn't mean you're never gonna see them again. Like sometimes a member graduates and then they come back for like a tour, like a anniversary tour. Revolving Door Talents, yeah. And sometimes they graduate and then they go to a different branch of AKB. So it's like you'll still see them again. Or they'll graduate and then they'll make a solo project completely independent of AKB. But you'll see them again. So like when people compare idol graduations and VTuber graduations, I don't think they're the same. I think the name comes from the same place, but I think personally they're completely different because you can see them again. They use the same name. They obviously look the same because they're the same physical form. And sometimes, you know, they'll come back on stage. Not definitely, and like you'll even like hear about them in like the, what is it called? Camera paparazzi. Paparazzi will still follow them. Paparazzi will still follow them. You'll find out. You'll see in a marriage announcement a couple years in the future. You know? So they're not gone. They're there. They live their lives. And you get to hear about them again. And the people that they performed with will sometimes mention them, will sometimes feature them. They'll get together with old members. Like, when Muse graduated, I don't even think they used the word graduated. When Muse ceased activities, I thought that I would never see Muse again. And then this year, they did a concert together. Not all my members, but you know, I was able to see them all again in clips because I didn't win the lottery. But I was able to see them again, and they still exist. Yeah, so yeah, versus VTubers, like, it's done. I wanna go to that so badly, same. But yeah, some people they go into games or say you. So it's, for me, I feel like it's a little bit more emotional. But also there are some idols that you never see again. Like you don't get that closure. They don't come back after for anniversaries. And sometimes, like, especially if you like smaller idols, they don't have paparazzi following them. And I know that sounds so bad, but like, oh no, like, you don't get to hear the gossip of like, oh, they did get married. Found getting married, things like that. And like, they just... It's kind of similar to the VTuber graduation, right? Some completely disappear, yeah. And my Oshi graduates, her sister did some ASMR streams. Usually it'd be okay eventually. I wonder who. I've seen a VTuber become staff for an agency, despite it being a popular rumor for graduations. Ooh. That I believe. I actually have I know some VTubers that graduated to become staff for, or to become more behind the scenes, which is really awesome. I actually was thinking like, if it didn't work out for me to be a talent, I would have loved to work as staff for an agency. Yeah. Isn't that the point though? You're never supposed to know. Yeah, you're never supposed to know. And you're supposed to be okay with that. And honestly, like that's how it should be. Like you shouldn't be creepy like me. There was a visual K band that I really, really liked when I was younger. And literally just recently I'm like, hey, where did they go? And I searched them up like a weirdo. I was like, hey, whatever happened to this person? I can't believe you got me with a Twitter joke over it. Thank you with Akasupa. I'm gonna use it to purchase what I made a joke about. Yeah. And it was super weird that I did that, right? I feel a little embarrassed that I did that, but this is what it's like being a fan of something. This is what it's like to be a fan of something. You wonder, and it's just like, I just want to know, are you still around? Like, are you alive? What are you doing right now? Oh, that sounds so creepy, but I'm not gonna do anything about information. I just did it for my, like, sanctity of mind, I guess? But that's what it's like being a fan of something. You just kind of want to, even though it's been years, I still want to consume that content. But in any case, the visual K band, the person I was looking up, they ended up going into fashion, and yeah. But I was able to search that and find that out, right? And for VTubers, you don't get that. You're just like, well, they graduated, they're gone. The person that I Oshi'd is gone. That person with that name and that voice and that soul is gone. And I just had to deal with that. Like, that's it. And so it's hard. I was crying so much during my membership stream when I was watching a graduation stream because, like, it's gone. She's gone. But it's also like, you gotta watch the graduation streams no matter how hard it is, so you have some closure yourself, right? I don't know. Though there are actually some animes where I don't watch episode 12 because I don't want it to end. There have been a couple of animes where I'm like, this is really good. Never watches episode 12. Don't scare me like this. What the? I jumped out of my skin. If I was leaving, you would be one of the first people to know. Anyways, like I was saying, some people within the company have some more time to process it. Is Marin graduating? This is how I find out. No, this is me doing a themed Zatsudan. Blame the senseis for recommending me to do this. Just kidding. The face when you remove the old bit. Oh, not the face one. To be fair, I removed the old pin. I did remove the old pin. Seriously, Sarah would be the first person I would tell on. Well, Petalite. Honestly, I think I would just tell all of the talents at once. But I'm not. I do not have any intents to think. I feel like maybe if like the car accident was more serious and I wasn't able to continue, I don't want to hold them back. I think that would be probably like my only reason to. If me being around would hurt everyone else, I think I would make the big decision to leave. But I think that's like the only thing that would stop me. Don't say that. What? It's not. It didn't happen, so it's fine. No driving ever again. I'll just drive wearing a big like puffer jacket. Oh, probably protect me. A big New York style puffer jacket. No, you thinking about a tank? What is it? I should get do a donuts-on for a Cybertruck. Yeah, the car accident was really scary. It was extremely scary, but I'm glad nothing happened. In the moment, I was like, oh gosh, this is unfortunate. And then like thinking about it now, I'm just like, oh my goodness, that could have been extremely unfortunate. I'm very like, I guess adrenaline is crazy, right? Because you're just like, oh my god, I survived that. And then you're just living off of that like numbness, the adrenaline, and then when it really sinks in that like that could have been life threatening, and just like, oh wow. Maybe a little bit more serious than oh wow, but Cybertruck Mario rap. Hmm? Are you cooking? Don't threaten this or Mari and Alias will end up flying, staying with you permanently. Wait, Mari don't threaten this or Mari and Alias. You mean Sarah and Alias? Wouldn't that be something? Stretch. But okay, I should write because it just says that I'm not graduating. I'm not graduation. And so can you. I'm not graduation, and so can you. With 5 easy steps, I will teach you. When Sensei won't let you pass with that, great. Then I get to be a student forever. Yeah. I think what's also hard about graduation is like, as fans, we want to have this strong face for them. We want to say thank you for all this time. Like you mean so much, and because the fans are so kind, you guys are so kind. You don't want them to worry. You want to leave them with a smile. You want to smile. You don't want them to think of you like, oh, I left them and they're all crying. No, even though I'm crying and stuff, I always like say thank you. You meant so much to me, and I cry in private. So, part of me is a soften the blow kind of human anticipation or sad. No. Hi graduation, hi chat. You think you're new here? Welcome. Yeah. So it's hard. You have to be. Yeah. I feel like, especially when it's like your Oshi, you don't want them to leave so stressed out. You don't want them to. It's already hard that they're leaving. You don't want to make it harder on them. Haven't known each other long. Glad to be your friend. You're always seen Tom's room for some. Thank you. I'm not your friend. I'm your teacher. Just kidding. I'm glad to have you. Not graduation. You want to be happy? It really sucks to see them go, right? I have yet to ball during graduation, so I seen somebody off and doing greater things and be happy for them. What? I wish that were me. You need to keep a brave face. Despite you crying. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, you remember that episode of Pokemon when Butterfree gets a partner, and then Ash was like, "Alright, Butterfree, enjoy your new life, Butterfree." And then he like turns around and he turns his cap and it shadows his face, and then you just see the silver tear falling from his face. And he's like running away with his arm like this, right? And it's just like, you've known that Butterfree since it was just a Caterpie. You've supported this VTuber since their first stream. You know, that's how I feel sometimes. I supported you since your debut, since you were just a Caterpie. I watched you grow. I watched you perform. I watched you sing. I watched you dance. I watched you I've watched you improve. I've seen you cry. I've cried with you. It's time for you to graduate, and of course I'm gonna be happy for you. You found something else that you want to chase even more than you want to chase whatever you're currently chasing. And of course I'm not gonna hold you back from that, but you know, like, when I turn around, I'm gonna still cry. Yeah, it's not a graduation, but Butterfree got it, right? Now you're gonna cry? It's okay to cry. And that's okay. Moms and the kids graduate. Honestly, it's very similar. I'm a little baddie. You're supposed to spell it with a D, not a T. Even IP can't be used after leaving an agency. It should be called dying instead of graduation. This VTuber died. Did you guys see at at Offkai? At Offkai, I freaking I left this at the table. At the V4Mirai table, I left this there. Who left the glue bottle? People kept leaving offerings. I wasn't expecting that. You did that. Yeah. You've seen her cry a lot. I do cry a lot. Were you the one who started the shine by accident? I mean, I knew what I was doing. I didn't think people would drop money in glue bottles and Polaroids and a bunch of other pictures. Yeah. You saw it instead of prayer. Yeah. It's a fun bit. I actually got it because I saw Anime Impulse do it for another VTuber. And I'm like, wait, that's hilarious. I saw a bunch of like dead UOs around it. Ultra oranges, you know. And I was like, wait, that's genius. Yeah, I was expecting people to leave, you know, like a dead UO is garbage. I thought people would just leave garbage. But yeah. Goes back to this one. I'm on graduation, so can you. But I don't know. I think graduation is important because it's the word that most VTubers use. So it's not the same word as graduation. It's kind of how like we take words and we change the meaning over time. Like graduation as a VTuber means something different than a graduation as anyone else is. I've kind of just come to accept that, right? How hard does it taste when you owe to normie? It's just a glow stick that's ultra orange. It's in the name. But I guess using it at the right time. But yeah. Any other questions? Hi Mariya. Hello, Kohu. It's like when we see announcements with white BG and black letters. Ugh, gosh. It's hard. I still get visceral reactions. I get... Like, I should have a heart rate monitor. And you guys should just send me black and white text. Like, I legit... I get a physical reaction when I see it. Which is why I saw a comment with this earlier. People who do graduation baiting is so mean. You don't graduation bait. Don't graduation bait. It's not nice to your fans. As a fan of VTubers, it hurts me. I don't care if it's April Fool's. I don't care if it's April Fool's Day. Do not do it. It hurts my feelings. Yeah, so I don't automatically think white text, black background is like something negative, but I'm just like, oh, it's something serious. And I think that's better. But when some people, like, they straight up put the word like graduation announcement, and then they'll like meme about it and just be like, brrr. Also, by the way, it's a joke. Yeah, so I don't mind if there's like a serious announcement and it's in black and white text and it's a real serious announcement. That I don't mind. Like, I think we've seen it for like hiatuses, right? This VTuber is going on hiatus. Here is a black and white text. Or like this company is ceasing activities, but the talents will be continuing. So like no talents are graduating, but it's still black and white. Like, that's fine. It's serious. It's real. But the ones that make me angry. Yeah, then cancellations, those are fine. The ones that make me angry are the ones like, I'm graduating. Also, by the way, I'm at school. Yeah. I think that one... I mean, of course, like, graduation from school is something cool and everything, and you can announce that, but you know what you were doing! You know what you were doing! Graphic design template, they can only make a few times in a lifetime. Yeah, I think lately companies have started to use less scary. I think where there was a hiatus announcement for a blonde VTuber, and they used like her colors and like I think her logo was on it if I remember correctly. Like, it was colorful, so it wasn't scary, and it was still a serious announcement. It still looked serious. It just had a cute like memo paper. Use that format. They want you to take it seriously, so you think you gotta go and then every time. Yeah, I don't want to do that to you guys. Bait time. I am graduating from non-super chat kohai to debut as a super chat kohai. I might have super chat before I get baited. Wait, does SC mean super chat? Yes? But this is... You donated. It's different. But yeah. Super chat means super chat in this context. Thank you, Antes. Well, I appreciate it. Thinking one day specifically use white text on a black background just to see if people would read between the lines? No! Yeah, I think I've seen one where they're just like, writes a graduation notice, and then they were like, read every first word of the of this letter, and it was like, never have I ever thought I would have to make this graduation announcement. Gonna miss you guys greatly. Give me some time to process how I'm feeling. Up to you whether or not you want to share this announcement. So sad. Urgh. Yeah. That's a Rick and roll. Exactly. Let's see. Let's Bloop, 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 bloop. There you go. Anyway, someone asked. I just got here. I am not graduating. I'm just talking about graduations. As a VTuber professional, I'm not a professional. As a VTuber. Black text on white background. The Google Doc twit longer. Oh gosh. I guess it's also a reason why people graduate. We never talked about cancellation. Some people, they get cancelled and can no longer stay in the space because the community no longer welcomes them. That's a good one. VTuber connoisseur. Oh, I'm a little bit of VTuber connoisseur. Also, take care of yourself. I am. Thank you. Or a portion of the community. Yeah, a portion of the community. I shouldn't say the community as a whole, because that is very broad. But yeah, a portion of a community that is very vocal is no longer accepts them, and they end up having to graduate because it's thing. I actually do remember seeing. It was not an English company, but it was a. I can't remember what country it was, but it was a graduation announcement for a VTuber because they did pass away. And I do wonder how often that happens, or that could happen, or does happen, where the reason for graduation is due to loss of life, passing away. Yeah, it's scary to think about, right? It's really terrifying to think about. I can't think of it happening in the EN sphere, or at least as far as I know, but I did see one in a different language. Oh, I see it. Rest in peace. Truly, rest in peace. But yeah. Scary. Never seen one kind of. Oh no! There was one relatively recently. Oh. Most VTubers are rather young, so statistically rare. True. Did you hear that? I'm statistically young! Sorry. But... Oh no! Yeah, so... Oh yeah, long-term illness, that's another one. There's, chronic illness is a good one. Not a good one, a reason. Guess going back. Health. Mental. I guess it goes under health. You're no longer healthy, no longer with us, unfortunately. But that's something that's covered up as graduation. Idea of the fans to be around there for them reappear is sad. Yeah, I do wonder how much, like, if it does happen, like, would a company be open about it? But also, like, it is, like, respect to the person too, right? Like, their soul might no longer be with us, but as far as that VTuber, the VTuber is graduating. And what happens to the soul is kind of like not really our business to know. Yeah, it depends on the family wishes. I do wonder if that does happen. Their VTubers are chronic issues. Chronic issues maybe it's to handle the pain. Yeah, I think a good thing about VTubing is that it does allow a lot of people with chronic health conditions to have like a really meaningful career. I know some people that wouldn't be able to join the workforce because, you know, it doesn't have the freedom and flexibility VTubing has, but they're able to become a VTuber. I think Iron Mouse is a good example of that too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, privacy for the immediate family. Yeah. Mari, don't go. I'm not going anywhere. I, a VTuber fan, are talking to you VTuber fans about VTubing. This is all. She is the example. Mm-hmm. Ugh, I feel bad. I was just talking bad about graduation baiting. I literally planned the stream 2 weeks before, and I like put a note in the pin that I'm just like, I'm not graduating. I'm just talking about graduations. I'm just talking about VTubers. Well, I feel really awful. I should have put like a subtext. I am not graduating. I am not graduation. Where's my I'm not graduation? It's not like you did it on purpose. I didn't. I am not graduation. And so can you. No, you weren't the first one, so that's why I feel kind of bad about it. Mm-hmm. But... Any other topics or questions about VTuber graduation I can answer? Making a black and white thumbnail. I tried just to make it. Let's talk. So many graduations lately from your oshis. I'm okay. I luckily don't have many oshis left. That sounds so sad. I don't have many VODs staying archived at postgrad. Ooh, about the communities they leave behind now. Ooh, those are good ones. Like, I feel like even when the VTuber graduates, like, some people... I don't know how you guys feel about it. I will always be a fan of the VTuber. Like, I will always proudly call myself whatever fan base their name is. Like, you know, always a oomfie. A hoomfie. I will always be a hoomfie. You always consider yourself a fan. Yeah, exactly. I know some people, they're like, oh, they're gone. I'm gonna not support them and stuff, or like, there's no point. But I think it does make a big difference. Like, or like, at least like I find it meaningful is when I see Oshi marks continuing to be in people's names when people graduate. Cause like, it just shows how loved they are. Like, I love Oshi marks. I think Oshi marks are awesome. Like, so when I go to someone's like name or their profile, like, I'll look at their Oshi marks. I look at your guys' Oshi marks. I'm like, wait, you like me? Who else do you like? And I'm like, wait, you like them too? And it's nice to see a pattern of like, oh, you like Kohais tend to be Petalites. You know, fan of Petalite. And it's nice to see all three of our Oshi marks in people's bios and things like that. Yeah, I'll never remove my Oshi marks even when my Oshi graduates. Yeah, I think it's nice, and it's also like a sign for something that I really wish I could do is I wish I can be publicly a part of VTuber fan communities. I wish I can go to events freely. I wish I can, you know, like I see you guys doing meetups and dinners and like silly videos. I wish I can do that. I'm so jealous. I want to social support too. I really do. I really, really do. But, you know, I'm an idol after all. Yeah, I get a huge FOMO. When I saw everyone at off season, I was like, it should have been me! But, you know. We bring the cutout, but it should be me having dinner too. But, so, it is nice. So being able to see someone and then seeing their Oshi marks, and that's like, oh, that like they like this VTuber. So I can talk to them about this thing, and they'll know what I'm talking about. Just wear a mask, sunglasses, and voice changer. Exactly. I'm gonna be like Love Live? Love Live the movie? Where Nozomi and Nico were wearing the sunglasses and the face mask. La na 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 la na na way. You're literally in an island paradise with your hot ninja babe, and you were mad that we sang on a boat. First of all, I was back by then. I should have went on another plane trip. I should have made another stop and been able to go on a boat. I want to go on a boat and go in a circle. Open the pit! And the pit is just Hamotaro. But yeah, it's nice that when people don't take their Oshi marks away, or they're still a fan of the VTuber afterwards, and the communities they leave behind. I do feel bad for. I heard this word being used before, but Ronin. I heard it on Twitter. Ronin fans, is that the word? But yeah, when you're homeless, you don't have. Sorry, Coco is coughing. Coco, it's okay. Yeah, you never heard it? Yeah. Sorry, Coco was thinking, but there's like people who don't have an Oshi to go home. So they're just floating around. Is that kind of like DDs? It's like the opposite of DDs. Dade demo is like anyone is fine. I don't know what's the idol term for it, but people who have strictly one Oshi and their Oshi graduates. I remember people talking about, is it okay to have multiple Oshis? And I think it's absolutely okay to have multiple Oshis. People who have like 20 Kami Oshis. Just kidding. I think it's okay to have multiple Kami Oshis. I think that's okay too. That's so dramatic. 20 Kami Oshis? How do you keep up with people? Like, how do you keep up with it? I guess like you don't have to watch all their streams to be a Kami Oshi though. You have one Kami Oshi and several Oshis? I have a couple Kami Oshis and I have several Oshis. I don't want to say them because I feel like I have the monkey paw. I'm gonna say their names and then the monkey paw finger will curl. So, it's a secret. 200 other Oshis. How many Kami Oshis are too many Kami Oshis? 100. Arbitrary number. I try not to use the word Oshi lightly. Do you guys... Because Oshi means fan, right? But like, I've seen people, they say, I'm a fan of this VTuber, but they're not my Oshi. Like Kami Oshi's only Mariya. Let's go! So, like, there is no... Is there a differentiation? I don't know idol culture so well. So, some people, they say, like, I'm a fan of this VTuber. I'll watch this VTuber. But they're not my Oshi. These are my Oshis. This is my Kami Oshi. Like... But some people are like, if I'm a fan of them, they are my Oshi. Oshi comes in the Oshieru to push in the greatness. Ah, I see. Oshi's favorite. One Oshi and the rest are... One Kami Oshi and the rest are Oshis. Oshi's like super fan. Kami Oshi's level above. Ah, I see. So would you say that there's kind of like a... Actually, let's draw this out. There's like a hierarchy. We have the Kami Oshi up top. And then we have Oshis. And then what would you say is this one? Visual learning? I am a visual learner. I'm also a physical learner. Just kidding. Maslow's Oshi of needs? Honestly, I need my Oshi. Casual fan? Ah, so casual fan? What would you say if you're like not a casual fan? Like you're more than... Actually, it depends on what would you call a casual fan. Casual fan to me is just like you only watch clips and you don't watch streams. I would say that's like casual fan. But also, I've heard someone say like, I love this VTuber's design. I don't watch them, but I'm a fan of them. And they buy their merch because they love the design. Hold on. Coco wants to step out real quick. Chottomante. Local Raiders! Evil Raid! You guys, she just had a 3D debut. What is it? Low poly 3D debut. So good. Hello! Wait, I need to give you... blue. There you are. Hello! It's not a grade... Yeah, I am not graduating. I am simply just talking about graduation. Well, I guess now we're talking about VTuber stuff. French! Let's go. Good! Thank you for the 5 gifties. Oni Raid. Welcome, Oni Raiders. We are talking about graduation. I am not graduating. And to my co-highs, Eva's really, really cute. She does a lot of hand cams. Very, very comfy. Sometimes she'll go to McDonald's on stream and drive around. Little... very interesting. Very cute. What else does she do? She streamed with her dad a couple times. She sings really well. She just had a 3D debut. Let's see, is it creepy? Is it creepy how much she burps a lot? She burps. Does she burp more or less than Tara? Subscribe to McDonald's owners is very important. I don't know. I don't know. She's one of the few VTubers that drives. That's awesome. I think shilling some makes them your Oshi. Thing is like... Oh, Zaku, thank you for the 10 gifties! Sorry, I was a little behind because I got some new follows. Thank you so much. Yeah, he has competition. Yeah. Somehow, right? That's like one of the things. VTubers don't necessarily drive often. Aren't usually drivers. Got fan. I guess like, personally, I would put... Okay, I couldn't see chat when I stood up because I was talking about casual fan versus like... thing, but I would say fan, and then there's like casual fan. And Gachikoi, but not for my Kamiyoshi. You know, I feel that. You have Oshis and I have a super Oshi. Essentially the same as Kamiyoshi for everyone else. Ah. For me, I have my... how I differentiate it. Oh my gosh. Let me scoot it over a bit. For me personally, I differentiate it by Kamiyoshi. I watch almost all of their streams, or I consume a lot of their content. Oshi is like, I'll follow them. But if my Kami Oshi is live, I'll always choose my Kami Oshi. I guess it depends. Like, no matter what my Kami Oshi streams, I will try to watch it. Unless it's something I want to play myself. Gachiko is actually falling in love. Ah, I see. Sugi! Oh, let me give you blue too. Beautiful, beautiful Sugi Aoki. It's been a shy video too. Yeah, I guess like this is like casual is like, yeah, I'll watch you sometimes. Or honestly, like casual is like, I don't even watch your streams. I just watch your clips and I think you're funny. I think you're cute. I miss you, I miss you. Oh, my beautiful Sugi. You got Gachikoi for an Oshi? Don't tell me you have... Don't tell me you're a Gachikoi unless it's for me. I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna cancel class. Class will be over. I don't want to hear this. Pulls a stick of dynamite from under my desk. If you're Gachikoi, anyone who's not me, I will blow up this classroom. You know what Gachiko for? Are you just saying that because I threatened to blow up the classroom? So Gachikoi is definitely not in the pyramid. It's true, you can Gachikoi someone who is not your Kami Oshi. Because some people... Let me just crack my fingers, stretch real quick. Some people cannot even fathom Gachikoing their Kami Oshi. Some people cannot even fathom it. I am one of these people. I think, yeah, my Kami Oshi does not even exist on the same plane of existence as myself. Like, and to even think that I have any... I know, this sounds really horrible. This sounds really horrible, but... Like, my Kami Oshi is like untouchable. Untouchable in different plane of existence. I cannot even fathom like being near her. And I cannot even fathom being like... I am just lucky to live in the same timeline of which she exists. So I cannot my Kami Oshi simply cannot be my Gachikoi. But some people, or I cannot Gachikoi my Kami Oshi, but some people Gachikoi the Kami Oshi. And that I get. But personally, I cannot. Yeah, it's like... yeah. Truly a Kami. Yeah, truly a Kami. You know what you're saying? Yeah. So Gachiko is a whole different playing field. Super chat. If class gets cancelled and there's no graduation, let's go. I'm not graduating. Also stalking, true. I guess like some people like they're like, I've heard of some people they're like we are. She is mine and mine alone. I've had, not in like the VTuber community, but in like the I used to be really into like Nikodoga and Utatemita culture. I used to be around like a lot of people who would gachikoi Utatemita. And if I was a fan of the same utaite as someone else, they would get mad at me. They were like, you can't like that singer. I love that singer. They are mine. And I was like, and this is grown women, mind you. Yeah, so like I guess like Oshi culture, it transcends VTuber. I know a lot of us like we're just like VTubers is our like I guess awakening to this. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. And I couldn't be her friend anymore because I was like, I can't listen to my favorite singer. This is crazy. And I didn't even like think anything about the singer. I'm just like, I just like your voice. But yeah, and this happens in even like K-pop culture and stuff like that. Which actually goes into another thing about graduation. Like when there's too many eyes on you and like you have like fans that are very dangerous to your well-being. Like sometimes like, and it's not antis, it's fans that are dangerous to your well-being. Like sometimes you have to escape that spotlight for your own safety. It happens in K-pop all the time too. Yeah, where thing levels of gachikoi or something beyond. I guess like I think this is beyond gachikoi because gachikoi there's still a level of like love and respect, but then there's like the point where it's obsessive, stalker, doxer. Have you heard? Me and Yai mentioned it. Like there was this incident that happened in Japan where an idol would take a picture, like take selfies at a bus stop, and like you couldn't see the bus stop, but if you enhanced on her eyes and you like made it because it was spherical, if you like flattened it out, you can make out what the bus stop was. And just from that, the stalker was able to find her. Yeah. And it's like the stalker, and from their point of view, it was out of love, out of respect, out of love, and out of, you know, like they love this idol so much that they did this. Like, I don't know. You've heard of that, right? It's crazy that that's even possible. So, I guess like it is a form of gachikoi, but maybe more extreme. But also, I don't want it to sound bad to gachikoi because like I have had my fair experiences with gachikoing people too. Maybe it's a whole different bubble completely. Yeah. Exactly. So there have been incidences of people graduating because of that, which is even more reason to be more like respectful to your oshis and things like that. Don't graduate. I swear, I'll just admire you from afar. If I were to gachikoi my kamiyoshi, it'd probably go Delulu. If you were to print that sentence and send it to a Victorian child, they would probably explode. Remember that wall is important. Yeah, exactly. You know the glasses? Oh, thank you. But you can like if you're I feel like if you're invited to escape that wall, because I do know some VTubers like they are a little bit more open about that. I know some indies they call with their community, or like they have like a tier where you'll join like a line group with them and you can just chat to them directly. Like if you're invited in, like that, I think that's okay too. None of these words are in the Bible. You don't think gachikoi, kamiyoshi, and Delulu are in the Bible? I must be reading the wrong one. Yeah, it's different. Or they chat on Discord and stuff. Yeah, I know that some of your guys' Oshi, she obsessively talks to you guys on Discord. It's so like that's so weird. She says good morning to you. That's so creepy. She must really like you or something. She must. That's crazy. She's kind of obsessed with you. I know, it's kind of crazy. So mine says cryptic things every day. What do you mean? I wonder who that is. I wonder, but yeah. Kind of weird, but I think it's fine if she likes it. But I remember someone mentioning like the signs of graduation are there sometimes. But if your Oshi is telling you good morning every day and sending you lots of love all the time, but you're probably fine. There's some people who ran around petting her fans refusing to get to work and after a fan meet. That's crazy. Sometimes you can feel it, but you never notice till afterwards. Yeah, that is one where sometimes you get blindsided. Sometimes I think like, whoa, you're the last person I thought would leave. Right? But then you look, it's kind of like did you ever watch that movie 500 Days of Summer? And then from the MC's POV, he's like, we were in love. I don't understand. She blindsided me. We were supposed to be together forever. And then at the end of the movie, there's like scenes of her like, you know, blinking slowly and like not giving him eye contact. But he doesn't see that. He doesn't see that. He just sees like, you know, like she hung out with me. She gave me her time. She gave me her affection. And then looking at it like retroactively, it's just like the signs were there. Is there a WebMD article for symptoms of graduation? Symptoms of graduation. Symptoms of graduation. There are none. There are none, and sometimes your Oshi or the VTuber you watch will give you signs of like, oh my god, they're gonna graduate, and it's nothing. You're just being in your head. There is none. Coughing, runny nose, sore throat. There is none. I will assure you that there is no pattern. There are things that like I guess like there is a pattern in that like graduations they tend to have a lot of similar things, but these are things that everyone will show. These are very, very common symptoms. Yeah. They give you signs and then the dreammate rated yours and said, honestly, that I have seen that happen where I'm like, oh my gosh, is this person gonna leave? Like they seem so sad. And then retroactively I find out like, that's why they're sad. It's not because they were leaving, it's because someone close to them was gonna leave. 9-month break will do it. But I've also seen VTubers, they take a big break and then they come back even stronger. I took a March, April, May, June. No, yeah, March, April, May, June. I want to say I took about a 5-month break because of a surgery. And I came back. And like luckily I was like open about it, but like some people they hide those health things, right? They don't want people to be too nosy about it. Yai. Oh my gosh. Yai was doing VR earlier. I was in chat, but I didn't want to chat because you guys were... Because the Yai men were enjoying it. The Yai men were enjoying her, so I didn't want to interfere. And I saw some of you guys there too! Don't think I wasn't there! She updated her tracking, so now you can see her movements, and she's as beautiful as I remember her. Taught by a teacher in another classroom. Caught again. She's got a new form. If you're allowed, aren't we allowed to too? I didn't say you guys aren't allowed to. Of course you are allowed to. I'm just saying I saw you there. I recommend you watch her. I need to learn how to do her hip movement. Mine are kind of stiff though. But yeah. I don't want to say there's exact symptoms. Because like... I'll be honest. I was blindsided by some recent graduations. I was like... I just thought you were just getting back into the flow. And then suddenly... Like... The reason why you were so proactive about streaming was because... You wanted to make more memories before you left. Those hip trackers are insane. Right? Yeah, the hip trackers are... Mwah. Chef's kiss. She's mostly being scuffed. Oh yeah, her broken leg. But it was still sexy. Yeah. They're happy and excited. They're leaving. You hate to see it. I have seen that too, where it's luckily, not luckily, it wasn't any of my oshis, but I've seen people be like, "Alright, I'm graduating, yippee, bye." Like, toodles. And I didn't even have a chance to be upset or sad about it. I was just like, oh, like, clearly I don't know what their future holds, but clearly it's a better future than what their present is, right? So, like, I can just be... The only thing I can do is be great or be happy for them. This felt like clapping when you know she was graduating. Sorry, I know it was really hard to... It was really hard. And we tried really, really hard to be really happy. And we were really happy. It was so fun. But... Yeah. It's really hard when... Personally, I find it really hard when there is no graduation stream. Like... When there is no... Or at least, like... Goodbye video. Like, luckily... Everyone who's graduated had a video or a stream to have some sense of closure. But there have been people who... Like... As of today, this person is ceasing activities. It's hard. And like, if it's a termination, I understand. If it's a termination, like, and they're like, you know, a lot of companies are like, you know, this person is terminated. These are the reasons. Affected as of today, they no longer are with the company. Like, that happens. That happens in life and in work and stuff. Right? What's her hand doing? Waving. But, like, when it's, like, a graduation... Or sometimes the graduation is just, like... Planned even more in advance. It's just, like... They're going to graduate in 1 month. They are not going to stream. It's sad. And like, it's okay to feel like sad about it and stuff, but personally I'm like, oh man. So yeah, but it is nice being able to get closure with a graduation stream, even if it's like something short or a graduation video, just to know that, you know. Yeah. Yeah. So it is a complicated subject, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but it is. At the end of the day, I like it when people are achieving their dreams, and as sad as it sounds, you know. But there is, what to say, graduations come in many, many shapes and sizes. And that's something that I honestly will never get used to. I'll never get used to it. Grad. I can spell. Grad streams. Like. Whoa, my hands. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes they leave you with something. And sometimes it's sudden. And sometimes it's a big, grand thing, like a big 3D concert. So, grad streams, not mine. Yeah, not mine. Oh, not me. Not mine. Were there really that many? Oh my gosh. Sometimes they go on for 20 hours? Was there really a 20-hour one? Wait. No. It's like 12 hours. There was? Oh wow. There have been 2. The longest I've seen is 15. Ah, I didn't know. Wait, wasn't... I don't want to name any agencies or people, but wasn't there one recently? Foxbomb was 18. Ah! Yeah, they split into parts, yeah. I guess if you do it like all at once, right? The call-ins and whatnot. One VTuber that didn't want to go and just keep talking to her viewers. Oh, that would break my heart. That would really break my heart. But, yeah. I can't believe we've been talking about this for almost 3 hours. Any other final thoughts? My final thought. My final thought. Love your oshis. Yeah, love your oshis. Wish the best for them going forward. Yeah, enjoy the content. Oh yeah, one of them was like, I am so grateful. I am so grateful when people don't take down their videos after graduation. It hurts too much. Mari love, that's your final thought? Oshi love, Mari love. Final thoughts, mine won't graduate. Exactly. Oshi, love your oshis like you love your homies. Oshi love, always love your oshis. Oh, here's one. Talk in chat. Even if you're a lurker, even if you're a lurker, try to talk in chat just a little bit. Because you will regret it. You will regret it. I am a lurker, and I still regret not talking enough in chat. Even simple thingies. Even if it's just like people spamming, and then like, cause I'm shy. I don't like being noticed. If people are spamming a message, I will say the same message, even if it's something as simple as like NT, because I regret it. Let them know that you love them. You could be... Your comment, honestly, could be the reason why they stay a little longer. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, you lurking can be the one number difference between them thinking that they're a failure versus them thinking that they're actually making a difference. So show them your love. You never know what's gonna happen. I assure you they love you back. I love you so much. So yeah. Exactly. It's hard. So I appreciate it. You guys give me a reason to wake up every day. So I think class is going to be dismissed if there are no further questions. Since there are no further questions, class will be dismissed. I know it was such a serious topic, but it was really fun to talk about. And it's really nice being able to talk to fellow VTuber fans. You're shy, but hi. Hi. Will there be a quiz on this next week? There will be a quiz. And if you get a single question wrong, I will punish you. Alright. It's nice talking to you whenever I get a free schedule. I was on that would be a dream come true. Alright. Class is dismissed. I will see you again during our next session. Thanks for the presentation, Sensei. It was really great talking about a serious topic. It was so fun. You love these kind of information? Ooh, I love it too. Extra lessons in the teacher's office. Extra lessons in the teacher's office. Yeah, bye. See you in ASMR class. See you in ASMR class. お疲れ様でした。Don't tell V Sensei. Come sit with me while I figure out who I'm sending it to. Alright, I'm sending you guys to Tonya. それじゃ Give her love. She's performing with me later on this month.